welcome back.
How you doing, my friend?
I feel like I need to have I gotta have a more lively one. I just watched the Drink Champs the other day. It's Chris Brown one, so I'm gonna have to go. It's your boy. No, I'm kidding.
Hold on, wait. Drink Champs is, let me let you do your intro.
All right. So because we don't have the usual, bells and whistles that we normally have, we just coming right into it. Obviously, boy, I don't know what to go as today.
Yeah.
What you want me to go as?
Well, I actually got some questions about it. Is it Wiz or The Wiz?
I think The Wiz, because he calls me a wizard.
Oh, so you're
it's gonna get a little awkward here. All right, word.
It definitely is.
All right, word. It's your boy HD, aka The Wiz, and you can kind of figure that out by your own, assumptions. Why I'm The Wiz. Here with your boy Rayvon, also known as Blade. Behind the cameras, we have Davison and Kofi, and we got a special guest here, but we'll get to him a little later. And this is for the record. Rayvon, welcome back.
But it feels great to be back, man. How you feel?
I feel good. I feel great. Especially after we had another meeting for what we normally have on FaceTime, and we talked to your girlfriend's mother.
Yeah, Miss Sonia came by.
She made me feel so great about coming back.
Yeah.
Absolutely wonderful.
She really likes the hair when it's not done.
Oh, listen.
It's crazy.
I'm about to just put in a bun just because of her.
She was like, "Do the musty bun. It looked good."
Look, I love her energy. She got a vision.
She's gotta get her name on the show straight up.
Perfect.
I need her voice.
Now she needs to come on one episode just to we gotta interview her one time.
100%.
All right, word. So you guys know what we normally do. We come here, we talk about everything cannabis and everything in between. We are here located at 76 Millbury Street at the Major Bloom. And we're back. It's been a couple weeks since we recorded. That's just basically because we had other stuff to do. And we're back and we're chilling. So
back and better.
I kind of wanted to get straight to the point. We've been gone. And we've been doing a lot of behind-the-scenes work for the podcast. And I've done podcasts before, and it's usually just like, with your friends and your boys, and you're trying to do your thing, but doing it with a business and doing it as a business is a little bit different. And we've seen these things. So we kind of just want to talk to you guys a little bit about that today, just so you guys can get a better understanding of how this thing goes. And if you are ever looking to do a podcast, you can get a cool understanding of, how to go about it, so you don't have to make the same mistakes as us, honestly.
We're not just guys with microphones sitting in front of and behind of a camera, I should say. It's definitely a lot more than just coming together and turning the mics on and shooting shit.
100%. Damn, I feel like you should start because they kind of put most of that on you. They put a lot on me too, but they kind of do it through you.
Yeah. I'd be like the messenger in that case.
Exactly. So, take it away.
Well, yeah, so the hard part about podcasting sometimes is that, as most people know, podcasting is also looked at as a business, and podcasts are something that get monetized. Like Joe Rogan makes a ton of money or some shit like that.
He
just
does?
Talking shit on Spotify. Congrats, my friend. Congrats. That's great stuff. And part of what things are for us is looking to do the same thing like that. We can continue to do the show and in bigger and better ways. For those who have been watching since day one or whatever, we haven't had this nice little pretty device here type shit. We haven't always had these nice mics. Rayvon's even got a new laptop ever since we started the show.
I got a new laptop since we started the show too.
You know what I'm saying? We just gotta be better and kind of essentially just do better with the money that we have, and it's all about just monetizing stuff and being able to make a business out of what we do. So didn't fully answer the question, but I hope I started the conversation.
No, I definitely started the conversation. We have everything from pitches to companies for sponsorships. We have so many things that we need for visual effects, ideas to help with marketing. All these things take a bunch of time. It is beautiful, but it also is an extreme headache. And it's not like we're just doing it for ourselves. We have a company that we have to represent while doing this, at some point. So it gets a little bit it gets a little fun. It gets a little weird sometimes, for sure.
Yeah, fun, interesting, a little bit of a headache sometimes trying to figure that kind of stuff out. But like you said, I mean, it's not just dudes. Despite all being friends, we're not just getting together like we're the homies putting on a show. We're putting on a show in a sense where like this is for a business and this is representing the brand Major Bloom in a way.
All right. So what do you think is what has been your biggest challenge for yourself when it comes to trying to, monetize off what we're doing right now?
So for me, it's about structure. A lot of this, especially when it comes to pitches like that, like it's just like any marketing or deck pitch at all in an investment sense, where like you're going to come to a set of investors or people and you're going to tell them exactly what you do and break down your show to them. And for me, it's a little bit hard to sometimes break down the show when I feel like the show is sometimes free flowing. And by that, like specifics are like they say, give me the general consensus of your show. Like break your show down for me into the segments. Like what's the first 5 minutes? What's the next 10 minutes? And if you ask me, like sure, this is a cannabis podcast, but realistically, we just come here and we turn on the mics and we do what we want. I mean, like we go through all the points that we discuss, but sometimes we talk about cannabis halfway through. Sometimes we talk about it in the beginning. Sometimes the segments change. It's kind of sort of always different and always flowing with us. And so I hate to kind of put like a cap or like titles on certain parts and kind of just give it constraints. Not necessarily constraints, but once you set those things up, you have to work within them. You know what I mean? If we put on paper that we're going to always do cannabis discussion first, we should always do cannabis discussion first. And there were 6 minutes in and no cannabis discussion.
Nah.
You know what I mean? And it puts yourself in a box. And as a person who just does whatever and says whatever, I don't like that.
Yeah. I mean, I think a challenge for me has definitely been collaborating in visions. Like we have a certain vision, and the powers that be have a certain vision, and trying to mesh those things together and make sure that it works. That's any creative space in general. You're gonna have conflicting like visions.
Yep.
And it's been good. We've been working through it every single step of the way. But when you have a vision on how the show is supposed to go, and you're also trying to make money and you're trying to make it honest, you're gonna have some days.
You just reminded me about the other thing I don't like about this, but I'm gonna let you
No.
I'm gonna let you keep going.
Okay, I got you.
Let you keep going.
It's just I'm trying to make something that's very powerful here that people are gonna want to come tune into. You guys as listeners, you guys are family to me already, and I hope we can share a lot more. Hopefully not too much, so I don't get in too much trouble, because I tend to get in trouble sometimes.
Come on now.
But like what we do here, we're trying to give you guys the best product every single day, and sometimes not everyone approves of how we go about it, and that's okay. But as long as you guys understand the vision and the end goal, we're good. We're good.
I mean, as long as they do and as long as the investors do.
But yeah.
That's the goal. But I mean, as long as the people who fuck with us keep doing that same thing, just keep listening, keep having fun with us. That's all it is.
Yeah, and I promise you guys, we are going to come up with some great stuff. We have a whole summer of things that needs to go down.
I'm talking about like a 3-inch inseam Hot Boy summer.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be spicy for sure. Like we have so much stuff to do. We just have to be able to do it. So
You just gotta sit down and get that bread.
we just gotta get, because think about this. We come here every single week, and it's beautiful. But like, it would be nice to get a little bit of money so we could put into more and more. Get some great guests. We have a great guest coming again. I won't tell you guys who just yet, but we can get more guests in here when we have a little bit more money. They believe in us a little bit more. They see that we're a little bit more established. They'll come in here. They'll start a little bit more. I mean,
I can afford to get like a haircut.
I mean, your boy did talk to Gary Payton. You know what I'm saying? We had an interview out there. Gary Payton was,
Holla at your boy.
You know what I'm saying? A little something. Trying to invite us over to Oakland. He's talking about coming to Seattle and stuff like that. We'll talk about that later. It's all good.
It's just in
good.
culture to see.
I ain't even trying to be a clout chaser like that. You know what I'm saying? Niggas wildin'. But yeah, this is beautiful. This is beautiful.
And I mean, I guess the other thing to get back to my point about what I think is somewhat of a challenge with this pitch stuff is just like not selling out for me. Like, sure, people need money for business, but also selling out is what I will totally rag on people for, and I would hate to see myself do that. In a sense where like I don't want to promote a brand and have to lie about it. You know what I mean? It's also about like finding stuff that works, and things that kind of just align properly, and it's not that easy to do. At least not as easy as people might think it is.
Okay, would you feel bad about being perceived as a liar, but in the background you're actually telling the truth about some things?
It put me in a real moral funk right there.
I mean, listen,
I mean, I guess perception is whatever. As long as I know that I'm getting out my truth, it is what it is. Perception is, to
Cut.
whoever, it is what it is. But
I'm already expecting some weird things to be asked of us. Some things that, not nothing crazy, but just stuff that we're just like, whatever about.
yeah.
But we'll do a good job. We'll do
Not
a good
things to be excited about. But you know what? We do this for our people,
job. 100%.
and it is what it is.
Yeah, as long as we give you guys a good information. I mean, there's so many things. So, I mean, I don't know if there's anything else that you had.
Nah, just, making a PowerPoint, making a deck, just describing the show to extreme detail when you guys know it's just me and Harry sitting here talking shit. I mean,
Yeah. I mean, okay, I did have one other thing. So, I'm not really a guy that cares about numbers too much. But I also think that one thing that we need to understand when it comes to the business of podcasting, especially when it comes to a cannabis podcast, is that they are not, the numbers are kind of, the algorithm kind of fucks up the skew of whatever you think you're looking at when it comes to the numbers. Because cannabis content gets automatically pushed to the bottom of the algorithm, which I don't understand, because if I smoke a blunt on my Instagram, everybody sees that joint. But if I tell you guys about a terpene doing something that's beneficial to you, it goes to the bottom.
it's ridiculous, bro.
I'm just trying to figure out, like, what do you think is the reason behind that?
I just think it's the stigma behind cannabis, and I hate to say that because I feel like we've been saying this for so long that the stigma low-key is dead. Like, there's a dispensary everywhere. Like, everybody, like, we're doing a whole fucking podcast about this stuff, bro. Like, if you ask me, the stigma is essentially gone. I did air quotes for those who ain't watching this, but the stigma's gone, and it's not because, like, so just speaking on like a sense from the business, bro. We don't really post to Facebook because we know that Facebook will doesn't mess with cannabis one bit. Instagram will take down your posts, even if there's no weed in the post, bro. It makes no sense. I honestly think that we get reported because I see other stuff that other companies do, and I don't know. The hard part about it is that there's no written rule. Like, there's no section on Instagram or whatever you can go and be like, specific guidelines for cannabis accounts. There's none. You just post something and you hope that they don't take it down under like, this has sexual content or nudity. Like, bro, it's a picture of a nug. Like, it don't make no sense. So I don't know, I guess that was just me more expressing frustration with how that goes, because I just still don't understand why they take posts down and just have such a harsh view towards stuff like they do. I get that there's kids on these apps, which is why we stay off of TikTok, but like for most of this stuff, you got to be like 21 plus to follow us and all this kind of information. Like,
I mean, but there's kids on the app, so I mean, I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. They're gonna be exposed to drugs 9 times out of 10. Like, most kids, I don't know. I mean, I know we don't live in the most easiest neighborhood. I mean, it's not like nothing crazy, but like even rich kids are exposed to drugs. They're exposed to harder drugs than marijuana.
Yep.
And everybody, like, listen, a lot of this stuff that happens, like, how much money gets generated from cannabis in Worcester?
Oh my God. Like, literally millions.
Like,
Millions.
just here alone. Now, if we do all of Massachusetts,
Now, if I'm not mistaken, just reading like something I read online, 2.3 billion was the number that was made in tax revenue off the cannabis industry last year in Massachusetts.
So you can make 2.3 billion off of it, but you can't
Billion or million, who knows?
No, I think it was a billion.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure, but you can't actually just make content that positively puts it in a good light.
And helps it sell.
I mean, it's gonna sell itself. That's why they don't care.
Yeah. That's the thing about it.
It's crazy. I mean, we really do need to have some people who are social media, like cannabis people in social media.
Okay, if by that you mean we need to have a social media someone, you need to have someone on the CCC who is well versed in social media. I don't think that we need cannabis people in social media because I think that
No,
I'm not gonna fully speak my thoughts on that, but it is what it is.
I mean, like, I forgot the kid's name who went to Dartmouth. He does a lot of cannabis posts.
No, yeah, yep, I know
what
exactly
I'm
what you're
talking
talking
about?
about. That's exactly what I'm saying. I don't think we need in this industry.
Oh, really?
Cannabis influencers? I don't think.
Really?
What's the? I think it's so stupid and ingenuous. Yeah.
Damn, now we really need them just so Ray Vaughn can fight with them on
Dog.
camera.
Yo,
Oh my God, I'm hitting them up.
I've
like,
had so many of these
tomorrow.
conversations, bro. And this isn't like a jab at anybody. This isn't about like cannabis. Like this is just influencers in general. You know me, I fucking hate influencers. But who are these people who just all of a sudden get all this credibility to like have a say about what people do? And like, I mean, and I know it's up to like the following. Like if David's is an influencer, it's up to me to follow him. You know what I'm saying? But like the general people are stupid. Like no offense, but like people are stupid. And I don't think that like influencers necessarily like how to like there's no job application realistically. There's no resume. Like you go for a job, you need to have a resume, you need to be qualified. As an influencer, as a cannabis influencer, what makes you qualified? Like realistically, real rap, are we cannabis influencers? We're out here talking about cannabis once a week, legit doing this shit. Like, are we influencers in this space?
I mean,
I wouldn't consider myself one. I'm a fucking podcaster.
I think the one.
I feel so strongly about this, bro. Oh my God.
I
shit
think
boils my
the thing
blood.
that's missing between the difference between us and the influencers is we just don't have a catchy phrase.
I don't even think they have catchy phrases, bro.
No, they don't. They just keep on
They just
posting
have
about
like
smoking.
they just keep posting themselves with cannabis and shit like that, and I'm just like, cool. Like, I don't get it. I seriously don't get it. It's a terrible way to sell a product. Like,
I'm so happy that on our first day back, I was able to get rid of him like this.
I'm
man.
riled up now.
I know what to get him. I know he
riled
hates these
up.
people. And we need to get some of these people on here though.
No,
We need,
I mean,
I know. I'm probably gonna like try to get an episode to have like 2 or 3 of them all sitting here and just going at it with you.
because so like to step back, I get it. You know, like this is how you make your bread. You know what I mean? Like if I kept going like. How do I say? I wasn't necessarily. I don't think anyone's necessarily far off that path.
All right, answer this question for me real quick. How do you consider someone to be a fashion influencer?
A fashion influencer.
Yes.
I don't even necessarily know if I would mainly say that they're. That's funny because I don't really use the term influencer at all in any sake or any like.
I don't really that much either, but I know that they exist.
No, they definitely do. Like I'd be remiss to be like if I were to say ASAP Rocky's not a fashion influencer, I would lose a lot of credibility right now.
Yeah.
But it's also so how do I say he's got the credibility though of like he's been doing this shit for years. Niggas have been like so many people have been doing this for years, and we go like we rock with it type shit. Like if I came out and I said I wanted to be a fashion influencer, and y'all are like, let me see your fit pics on IG, and I'm like, I don't know, I haven't posted like that. You'd be like, all right, like that's I don't. Yo, I'm sorry. I'm like, it's so much about this topic, bro. It's so much about it.
Well, the thing about it is like if I actually respect you as like, see, you're talking about fit pics, and I really hate. Like I hate that too.
I don't care for fit pics.
Like why post it? Just wear your fits and just
wear
be
it.
fly in real life.
Wear it.
And people respect you in real life, and then you're fly. That's what I don't understand. Like
Especially because the fit pic don't do what you think it do.
No.
It don't do what you think you do. Like, we don't need to see 6 of them in different angles because it's not it. But you know what? Now I'm just sounding like I'm a hater, so I'm a cool it back because I'm just talking out of aggression. This ain't how I really feel. Keep getting off the fit pics. Y'all look really good. But no, I'm just mad about this influencer thing still. It's
Let me give you a round of applause for that, man. That's beautiful. Man, that was beautiful.
at least I'm mad.
Oh, Raymond, you're hilarious, man. That is funny.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that was beautiful though.
But no, okay. So just to give you a stain on like a solid point, credibility. Credibility is it.
All right, so what do you consider credibility?
For me, you know what? And this is about to be really funny. I'm
get
going to
it.
say the term, and this is the term legacy user. This is something that I've been trying to learn from our boss a lot and trying to brand just learning about our brand and who we market to and like what our brand is. He always tells me the legacy like users, like we are a brand that targets them. And I'm like, what the fuck is a legacy user, bro? And he explained it to me, like a person who's been smoking like once a week, once a day for like the last like 5-7 years, even 3, like people who are legit just a part of this lifestyle and doing it just to do it and not do it to like, look at me, I'm smoking this pre-roll, I got it from this place, go buy it there. Like, fuck that. I'm just trying to sit back, smoke a blunt, and listen to music. Like, I smoke every single day. Do you think I post any of me smoking at all?
But I'm gonna say this: if you've been smoking for 5 years, I'm so sorry, you're not a legacy fucking user. Like, you're still new to smoking, bro.
No. So I mean, how do I say? I didn't say I fully agreed with
No,
this definition.
like,
But no matter what, it's just the idea of being someone who is engulfed in the culture, and not even necessarily the culture, but in the lifestyle of smoking cannabis on a daily basis, a weekly basis, whatever you're capable.
but you see, there's a problem with there's like a misconception because, unfortunately, there's no rules to someone that smokes. It can be a soccer mom that's been smoking, like hiding it from her husband for freaking 20 years, just smoking on the, drop the kids off, go smoke a little joint, come back, eat edible type shit, or like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
it's like you're trying to get me mad.
What does a cannabis user look like? That's what I don't. Like, I respect someone like I just listen to Currency's. He came out with another mixtape album type joint over the weekend.
This is not an ad.
Beautiful. It's not an ad. It's honestly not an ad. 'Cause I was listening to it while I was working out. Absolutely beautiful. If you're looking for motivation, that's the guy right there. I don't care what you say. If you really say you're a smoker, if you really say you love music like that, you have to listen to Currency. If you don't, I don't respect you. But we digress. But like, Currency looks much different than like. I don't like
And that white soccer mom. Let's be honest.
You know what I'm saying?
Did you say she was white? Let me take the race out.
I said white.
Oh, okay,
We'll go full spectrum, man.
No.
But like, just a soccer mom in general. Like, there's so many. Like, I even look at our customer base. I see people that some old Africans coming in here, come and grab a little bud. They act like I don't know, but I'm like, your lips is black as hell. Like, if you ain't smoking, then what the hell are you doing, bro? You know what I'm saying? And then we got these freaking old, these old people saying that they need it for pain. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, because there's not one person, there needs to be many people that, express their love for it.
No, so, and that's why I said, are you trying to make me mad? Because like, when people talk to me about like the marketing and the branding of this stuff, when they're like, what does the cannabis customer to you look like? Are you stupid? It's anyone over the age of 21 with an ID.
100%.
But then they're like, no, you need to take it more specific than that. Like,
No.
And then that makes me think of like breaking it down because, like you mentioned, we've got like those African dads in here. Like, in the 60s. We also got kids who just turned 21.
They be trying to ask me,
I'm one of
do I know your father?
Yeah.
I'm like, no, you don't. No, you don't. You do not know me, brother. You do not know me.
But yeah, you've got that, and then you got people who are your age or like even younger coming in here. So the spectrum is legit. Like, bro, 21 plus, and that's it, if you ask me. And after that, it's about attacking those, and I won't even say attacking, that was stupid. It's about targeting those certain markets. Like, how do you target the 21 to 35 crowd? How do you target 35 to 45 or 50? Blah, 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 XYZ. And it's about, like, breaking those down into, like, their own minor communities but even then when you do that, there's just still so many, bro. Like, I don't know, I feel like this is just place where you see, like, it's almost like shopping at Walmart. Like, you see all walks of life.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, Walmart ain't trying to market to one group of people. Granted, they are, they do kind of market more towards women and mothers who have families. They target more to families, but cannabis is not really like that.
Not family oriented.
It's actually crazy because I don't know if cannabis is actually the thing that I feel like it's wrong to monetize off of cannabis, but
I've been saying this forever. I've been saying this for a hot minute.
But the thing about it is like,
business.
But then in the same breath, every rapper has been doing it forever. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I can't say that Ice Cube or whoever, you know what I'm saying, back in the day, smoking chronic, or Dr. Dre, whoever is right, and then someone like Cannabis Barbie
It's wrong.
is wrong.
No, again, make your money. Like,
Yes, there's a Cannabis Barbie. She's been here before too. Yeah, she's been here. She has a free.
yeah, no, she's getting free promo right now.
Yeah.
That's really. But also, okay, so back to that point though, I get why like sometimes too, like that's kind of like the whole thing with like the marketing and branding towards different groups, like people of our, not even your age, mate, like more my age.
Yeah.
They are into that TikTok, like
Cannabis people,
like into that scene of like they're watching reels, they're watching TikToks, like that's how you market to them. So when brands do that, I get mad, but at the end of the day, the person who came up with that idea on that brand's marketing team probably got like a smooth little raise because that was a good idea on their behalf. I think it's like disingenuous, and I might even be wrong to say that. Like, challenge me on that, I guess, but like in my opinion, it's wrong. But again, like you said, and I'm gonna just keep harping on this point, you can't be mad at these niggas and then be like, but Dr. Dre and Ice Cube, these guys were right for, like, these guys were proper. Like, business, make your money, do your thing. Like, and you know what, in other aspects of business, some people might say you shouldn't be making money off of like water or money off of food. Like, everyone's gonna have this idea, and I'm just on this side of it. It is what it is.
So my question is, would you rather play the game or try to change the rules?
All right, now you're really pissing me off.
Listen, man, it's our first day back, man. We gotta go hard. We gotta go hard today, brother.
You're really pissing me off because to take that question and to segue it into a different part of the cannabis industry. So we're still on this cannabis talk. For those who was wondering, we're still on cannabis. That's what gets me about kind of sort of like pricing and stuff like that in this industry. In the sense of like, one, we've all heard the terms. If you can't beat them, join them. We saw what Kevin Durant did in 2016. Makes sense.
Soft.
But well, I don't want to be called soft, but I'd rather at least try to beat them. So like, I'd be talking to people, and as the purchaser, they talk about pricing and like kind of pricing off of THC. And but the whole talk at the same time is like, we need to educate our customers and our like people that THC means nothing.
It doesn't work.
But
I'm telling you from experience, 100%. It does not work.
And
right?
you know why?
Actually, okay, I'll let you go, but I'm gonna tell you experience after.
Okay, cool. No, trust me, I've had experiences too where like I tried to tell a customer, and it's that soccer mom who's late to pick up the kid, or it's whatever. Even if it's someone with time, they don't care. They really don't care. But it's because we're trying one at a time. So like when other places will charge off THC, whatever, and when I talk to them about it, they're like, yeah, but you can't swim upstream, or like you can't fight upstream. Like if we do it and the rest of the industry still charges off of THC, we just look like the stupid ones. Well, no, if you guys are all saying this, it's clear that we're all like-minded. If we all banded together and did something, like if we made a reform around pricing in THC and we all took charge on it, we would be good. Because apparently everyone knows that things are crazy, but no one wants to be the first person to make that fight or to make that move. No one wants to like take that hit or that loss on their own. But as the industry, if we all banded together, because we all know each other, it's such a small industry, we could do it. But everyone has an excuse as to why they won't.
I mean, the excuse is that they're not gonna make no money.
They're not gonna make no fucking money.
But who wants to be the Kanye of cannabis that's gonna try to change the mold?
Change the mold.
He's gonna go to the BET Awards wearing a full mask, not even be able to breathe, wearing a hat, hood by air, which is fly. You know what I'm saying? I seen the jacket was fly. But somebody has to be that person.
We're trying out here, man.
So I know that. All right, from knowing you as much as I've known you, and you knowing me as much as you know me, I'm pretty positive that we could be those people. But where we work, I'm not sure if that's the vision. Like we talked earlier, we'll bring it back full circle. We talked about conflicting visions. I'm not sure if the vision is behind.
No, it is.
Really?
It is. I've talked to the team. We've discussed it. Like, that's why eights that I bring in here won't be like more than $40-$45. Trying to break that mold.
No, I'm not talking about the price. Okay, I'm not even talking about the price. I'm talking
talking about education.
Yes, the education behind THC not meaning much. The pricing, we're always going to be low pricing. I feel like that's everybody here is on the equal accord on that.
Get your value at Major Bloom. You know what's up.
You know what I'm saying? But to be able to be the person that's gonna take the bullet to be like, THC doesn't matter, and to continue to sell like that. So my experience I had was, I had a customer come in, and he was like, "Oh, yo, like you gotta have that much of stuff that has like high THC, or I had this one, I didn't really like it, and da da da." And I was like, "Okay, that's fine. We have something called Lucky Wookie, which I just tried. You know what I'm saying? Which I just tried the other day, and Lucky Wookie, I believe Lucky Wookie is a fine strain. It reminds me of an old school strain that, you know, if allegedly was sold in colleges around the United States in around the 2010s, 2015s, in between there. You know what I'm saying? So I believe that those are, you know, beautiful strains that were already, like, it smells just like it, it looks just like it, and it smokes just like it. And everyone loved that. Back then, obviously, no one knew what THC was, so we were just saying it was gas or trash. There was no in between. We need to get back to that. Is it gas or is it trash? Because you can get something that's 40% and it's trash. And you can get something that's 70%, that's gas. Yep. And once we get to there, we'll be at a much better place.
Much better. Like, believe me or not, but legit, I don't give a damn about THC percentages when I buy weed. Now, I'm not going to lie. If I'm stuck between two,
you're going to pick the high.
And one's at 18 and one's at, like,
25.
19. And honestly, it's like...
All right, if you see one that's at 19, one's at 25...
like, it depends on what it is. Like, if that 25% is a citrus taste, get it out of my face. You know what I'm saying? Like,
okay. See, you're big on terpenes, right?
I'm going to say yes, but if you ask me a follow-up question about terpene education, I'm going to shake in my boots.
No. I don't care about the education because I'm someone that, I promise you, I've tried my best to figure out how these things taste. Now, I know some stuff tastes like trash. Like, I've had it and like, yo, this doesn't, it's just nasty. But if you're telling me if we taking a taste test between bud, I'm just tasting to see which one's gonna be the highest, bro. Like, that's what we doing here, bro. If I'm gonna try to taste it, oh, this is bad because, oh my God, it tastes like citrus, my nigga. Listen, we're not smoking the same L, bro. Because I'm rolling up whatever's gonna be the most gas, it's gonna get me the most creative, and that's gonna, you know what I'm saying? If we chilling with some, you know, with some things, I know all y'all chilling with some things, everyone wanna relax and have a good time. Everybody have a good time, and this is, everything's all alleged here. You know what I'm saying? Everything's all alleged, but everyone's trying to have a good time. We won't bring the gas that gives you the best time. But I know a lot of people care about the taste. I know a lot of people care about what gets the most high, and I know a lot of people come here and say, "What's the highest THC?" The highest THC thing is really just a waste of time. Because I can give you, like, I literally smoked something that was 30% THC. I was waiting to see if it was gonna take me to another level. And it didn't do shit.
It's annoying, bro. And that's kind of the thing for me too, where it's like you try to teach people enough, and when it doesn't work, it's almost like being a kid and you're under a basketball hoop and you keep running around there, and everyone's like, "Yo, get out the way! You're gonna get hit by the ball," and you don't listen. And then eventually the ball hits you right in the head, and you go away crying. And now you learn your lesson to not play around the basketball hoop no more when you're not actually playing ball. Damn, because you got hit in the head.
You also got me thinking about that kid that is like, yo, you get out the way so you don't put the ball in the middle of you don't drop the ball in the middle of the basketball court. You're in the middle of the game and the ball goes in the middle of the basketball court while he's shooting, and then the older kid just boots that shit across the fucking street.
Exactly. And like as mad and sad as you were when you had to take that walk across the street, you know what you learned? Not to do that shit again.
That's a fact.
Next time you don't come in here saying, "What's the highest THC?" You say, "Hey, what's going to make me feel really good after work? That's what I want." Like,
facts.
And it's annoying to have to get to that point though, because it's like you try to help people so much, and eventually you just turn into like, fuck it.
But honestly, the cannabis rules need to change. At the end of the day, we need to go back to the rules, go back to the CCC. You guys need to take responsibility on what is happening with this industry, because you allowed us to show the customers what is here, allow them to see some things in here. We're not saying to smoke in here, but to be able to smell what the type of nugs, what they look like.
I actually just saw some crazy shit like that, low key. Shout out, yeah. Well, it's a dispensary in Massachusetts. Yeah. Shout out to Fine Fetto. They just had their 2-year anniversary. I was there this past weekend for a pop-up that we were doing there, and they had this whole little like terpene stand there essentially, and it wasn't like bud that you can see, touch, or smell, but it was like bottles of like terpene. So like the whole education thing, you can pick up like limonene, and smell it and be like, so that's what that terpene for real is. You can pick up like caryophyllene and
I mean, if we can get something like that, that will give you a much better understanding, because if I show somebody Lucky Wookie, they're buying it.
but when they see 16%,
But if they see 16, 17%, they're like, bro, it's not in gas like that. I'm like, bro, I'm not gonna try to sell you something that I don't think is good. Yeah. Because there's things here that I know is not my favorite.
and we can do that, to be honest, bro. Well, kind of, sort of. People can't touch it, but they can, like, we can put it into jars where people can see it, essentially. And you did that as if it's like an easy thing. For those who ain't watching, he was like, come on now. But what it is you have to essentially attach a product, like as a tag still, in this like glass container. And it's not super duper feasible in a way, just to make a long story short.
Okay. I mean, yeah, well, because you got to throw it away after.
Yes, you have to destroy it. You have to buy an eighth, put it in this jar, put the jar on display, put the display back into your inventory room at the end of the night. You got to switch out the bud every now and then. So if you're just keeping that same nug out in the open, essentially,
It's gonna dry out.
It's gonna dry out. It's gonna look bad.
But would that avoid having bud that is sitting there for a long time,
No, it
expiring?
definitely
Is that 1/8 loss worth the gain that it could bring long term?
That's a talk for the CFO. Well, no, but I mean, to be honest, it depends. So I sometimes think so, but it depends on how often you have consistent strains. We don't always have consistent strains here. So like because we don't cultivate. So if we cultivate our own shit, like I've talked about them on Infused Influence, the botanist, they always will have like mint sherbet. They'll always have LA Pop Rocks, LA Kush Cake, just strains like that, grape guava. You could probably almost go there at any time and maybe see those strains and they'll leave them up because they're always growing those strains. Mm-hmm. We buy all of our stuff, so like
It depends on what we get.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like sometimes we'll bring in only 100 units of an eighth, and by the time we can even like really put it out on display, it's sold out in a way.
All right.
So I see where you're coming from.
Oh, I thought it was a beautiful conversation.
No, I liked it. I
thought it
liked
was a
it.
beautiful conversation. We do have a guest here. Before we bring out the guest, I just want to say shout out to the ladies of Major Bloom. You know what I'm saying? You guys make it so beautiful in here. So you know me, just give y'all a round of applause. You know what I'm saying? Y'all keep it real sexy in here. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, look at you.
Come on now.
Come on now.
Shout out to the talent.
Shout out to the talent. Shout out to the talent here, man.
Keep us on our toes.
Oh yeah, I think Cam got like she's feeling good because she got a couple thousand views on a 10,000 views. Damn, yo, man, hold up.
Come on now.
Let's give a round of applause, baby. Come on now.
10,000 views on TikTok?
Yeah.
Yo, she's gonna be our cannabis influencer.
Yo, Cam, how much money they give you?
Yeah.
Yo, how much money they give you? Oh, it's quite crickets. How much money they give you? Oh, there you go. I might get paid by the hour. All right, I'm just playing, girl. I'm just playing. But yeah, let's bring in our special guest, and y'all, it's gonna be a treat. So y'all give us a moment. Thank you kindly.